All right, good morning, everyone. Mr. Wayne here once again to talk to you about your weekly overview or your weekly outline. If you're following along with me here on the screen, this is going to be our checklist for the week. It is a little larger than the last few weeks, but let's go ahead and let's go through this. Let's talk about a few of these things and get some of these things squared away. So, for my folks that are going to be home this week or at home, either Austin Packer or if you're quarantining or you're sick or whatever that case may be, the items that you're going to be completing at home this week is you obviously have your overview video of what's going on. You are going to also be completing your graph analysis, which is located over here on the right side. Your graph analysis is looking at the urban heat island effect, talking about how it seems like as you move inland or into a city, the temperatures tend to increase with that occurring. So the questions are going to coincide with some of those themes, some of those generalizations, but definitely make sure you take time to read this description, since a lot of the description will help and add to your understanding of what's going on in this graph. Back to our checklist, the next item that you're doing at home is you're going to be watching a video of weather around the world, which is on OneNote. So over here, you'll see weather around the world. The link to Weather Around the World is provided right here. You can watch it right in this insert icon. And there is 5 questions that go with it. Questions 1 through 4 are the questions you have to answer. And then question number 5 is a challenge question talking about some interesting real life occurrences that are happening right now involving our planet. And then the last thing that you're going to be doing at home is you're going to be answering those questions from the video, Weather Around the World, that I was just talking about here. All right. Let's take a look at what you guys are doing here in school this week. On Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever that case may be, you are going to be working on your bell work at the start of class. So day 1 is going to be looking at the Earth's moon, sun's radiation, greenhouse effect, and how that all works together. On day number 2, we're going to dive a little further in with conduction, convection, and radiation with a few more examples of what those are and what they might look like. We are also going to be completing 2 sets of notes this week as well. One is going to be on global winds and ocean currents. The other one's going to be on air masses and fronts. Global winds and ocean currents is going to be provided over here on the right side as well. There's going to be a couple parts that we're filling in, which is going to involve the different ocean currents, or in this case, your air masses, and then 3 other specific air masses that occur at the equator and at 30 degrees north and 30 degrees south. Some terminology we'll be filling in, and then there's some questions talking about a sea breeze and a land breeze. The second set of notes on air masses and fronts is kind of more of a directive reading kind of format where we have different types of air masses and the different types of fronts that go with it. This one we're going to be using colored markers, colored pencils to fill in, since some of these are actually color sensitive, so you'll have to know what you're going to be doing with those and filling those in. Other than that, the last thing we're doing this week is the greenhouse effect, which are going to be involved in the lab. And we'll be doing that either Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday, Friday. And we're actually going to dive in, look at how the greenhouse effect works and what happens with that. The last thing I kind of want to point out here is the Austin High School science paths. As we're kind of gearing towards registration and all that fun stuff, we just wanted to post this on your OneNote to give you an idea of what your science paths may look like. The standard path, or essentially the path that the majority of students will take, is going to involve you guys taking physical science in 9th grade, biology 10th, chemistry 11th, and physics or anatomy and physiology. If you take the honors path, you have honors biology, honors chemistry, AP physics, and then AP Anatomy and Physiology. So to kind of give you an idea of what your science paths may look like. Now, obviously, some of these things can occur where you might take one in one time, a class in another, and they kind of might mix around, switch around a little bit. But this is generally the paths that you'll be taking for science. So, with that being said, this is kind of a quick overview of what's happening this week. There is one other video on when that your teacher will discuss with you in class. Other than that, if you have any questions, make sure you reach out to one of us, either Miss Keith, Mr. Fritz, or myself, and we'll see if we can assist you as best as we can. Otherwise, have a great day and a great week, and we'll see you in school.